I am going to admit it. This episode was actually pretty fun. And I may as well get this review underway because why not? Hello everyone, MegaBetNG here, and it's now time for another Flash episode review. We're now in episode 3 of season 4. Today we're going to be talking about yesterday's episode, Luck Be a Lady. And this one's a bit interesting to say the least, because I'll be fair, this one was really unexpected and really good. So here's the deal, provide a summary as well as some of the things that I found to be rather interesting. Let's get started. It's another typical day in Central City, but things are not always as they seem to be. A woman is going about spreading bad luck to others in exchange for her getting all the good luck. When Barry tries to cross paths with said girl, he gets stung by the bad luck, and as if that ain't enough, the luck spreads to everyone around him. Everyone that he knows is affected. Can Barry and his team be able to cast this lady luck before it spreads to everyone in Central City at the expense of her good luck? Yeah, that's pretty much the whole gist of the episode. And there's a lot of good things I liked, but a lot of things that I didn't. But let's get started with the good. For starters, the episode was actually a lot better than last week, and the theme of bad luck affecting Central City and Team Flash is somewhat a nice change of pace. A nice change of pace compared to last week. And I will be fair, it was kind of fun seeing them catch someone really unexpected and using something unorthodox to do it. For also, Harrison Wells, aka Tom Cavanaugh of Earth 2, makes a return. It's good to have him back again because Tom Cavanaugh really delivers as Harrison Wells. Whether he be the Earth 1 version, where he's the Reverse Flash, the Earth 2 Harrison Wells, which we've gotten to know and love in Season 2, or HR. God, I miss HR. I really do miss HR, truthfully, because he kind of helped make things a little more better for the show. But hey, he's here because he brings along something that I feel is one of the negatives that this episode have. He brings a breakup cube, which gives it to Wally, and yeah, Jesse breaks up with Wally, which to me, I personally feel was one of the many faults this had. I will explain in a bit, but I want to get to some of the more other good stuff that comes along down the line. The villain of the week is a lady named Becky Sharp, aka Hazard, who's pretty much a meta that spreads bad luck to everyone around her in exchange for good luck. She's a rather unorthodox villain because we never really see a confrontation. Well, there was, but Barry had to keep her distance because you don't want to mess with someone that spreads bad luck. You really don't. And I really like how this episode played out. It was intense and it was good. It added some of the tension, which I felt was what lacked so far this season. I really liked it, and I liked how Team Flash had to be really unorthodox in order to beat her. Yeah, all the good luck she was getting pretty much led to bad luck for everything else in Central City, whether it be an airplane about to crash in the city, or the house that Joe and Cecile were living, pretty much were breaking apart, and it kind of got really freaky. Or in some other instances, well, Barry having to suffer bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. First he gets cuffed, then a sign falls onto him, he tries to get out of there, and to me that was the most hilarious thing about it. And to make matters worse, the particle accelerator was about to explode. Although Cisco and Harrison try to fix it, well, Harrison just says, like, let it run. And that pretty much, well, beat the meta. It was a hilarious way to end it, but I kind of liked it since it was a pretty different change of pace. There wasn't much there was not much action in the episode since all of it was built on tension due to Becky's powers. Not to mention, even the subplots were affected. I like how the subplots all were affected by the main plot itself, and it helped tie the episode together. It was pretty nice. And it ended in the most hilarious yet ingenious way possible, with Barry being able to beat her due to the particle accelerator exploding and canceling out her powers, which is strange. But the episode also details something else, which also further proves my theory that everything that Barry does, well, they screw up. Well, in this case, Barry not only screwed up, but Team Flash did as well. They're the reason why she, as well as many others, got their powers, due to escaping from the Speed Force because, well, Cisco wanted Barry out of there because it wasn't the same, and even though Iris tried to hold the team together, it wasn't enough. And because of that, and their escape from the Speed Force, like through a portal, a busload of people ended up getting powers as a result. A total of 12 metas were created from all this. Yeah, I truthfully am not that surprised that this had to happen. And now I want to bring up with the negatives, and this is just the only negative that I have. A negative as well as a positive. Wally didn't really do much of the episode due to finding out that Jesse wanted to break up with him, which to me I felt really hurt because I really liked Wally and Jesse together. Two speedsters from two different Earths being together, and it felt like it added a bit more emotion and tension. Now, I didn't mind the Joe and Cecile subplot, which I truthfully did enjoy, but this kind of hurt me as a fan. But what made it worse was happened at the end of the episode. But pretty much Wally's leaving Central City to head to Blue Valley. And we know that he's a speedster, so anytime he comes back, he'll come back. It was a very emotional moment. It was a negative, yes, but it also was a positive because it was done really well. I really wanted to hold back my tears because I liked Wally as a character, and he added a lot more to the show. And I felt that maybe this season we could give him a much-needed break since, yeah, the focus now shifts to Barry. I still hope for the day that Wally will one day inherit the mantle of the Flash, but I doubt that's going to be a possibility. It was a truly emotional moment, and I really liked it big time. And last but not least, the Thinker makes his appearance more than once and is intrigued. I still like Thinker's design, by the way, like in a wheelchair. You know what he reminds me of? He's pretty much a mix of Brainiac from Injustice 2 with all the cables, things, and whatnot. But on the other stand of the spectrum, he also reminds me of Zone from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D since he's always in that chair. And that tells me right off the bat we're about to have a very awesome villain. But what makes this more surprising? He's intrigued. And he now knows that there were other metas. Him and his assistant. This, truthfully, is going to make this season really interesting. The fact that the Samuroid head is still there and watching what they do, the Thinker's already at work. And who knows what's going to happen. Especially considering if you saw the preview for next week, I'll list it in just 2 sentences. Ralph Dibny, aka the Elongated Man, and Danny Trejo. Yes, Danny Trejo appears in The Flash, and I am so hyped for this episode. I am so freaking hyped. I am excited. I am giving this episode an 8.5. This is a much better episode from last week, and though it still has its issues, it's a pretty fun one and a nice change of pace that helped made it better. Which is fitting because at least it was better than yesterday's episode of Legends of Tomorrow. It was. And I'll be honest, it was actually, this episode of The Flash was pretty good. There wasn't much action, there was overall tension, even the subplots were affected, and it was pretty satisfying. And I really am excited for next week because it's gonna rock big time. So yeah, what do you guys think of the episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, and I'm hoping you guys are, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. If you are subscribed, please be sure to click on the bell so that way you will be notified of any and all uploads that I bring to YouTube. And if you want to be mega awesome, please be sure to check out my Patreon. All it takes is $1. $1 helps me out big time. Alright, that's it. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. See you next week.